Good morning everyone, my name is John Lorenz Pascual and we are the group 6 and now we are going to tackle about the Sweden and Greece police models. But first, we need to define what is police models. So when we say police models, it refers to a different ways, styles or techniques that guide how the police deal with the community. Just like how they solve crimes, how they deal with the problems, and how they prevent crimes. So since alam na natin kung ano ang meaning ng police models, pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa first country. So, first country is Sweden. Just a background lang no about sa Sweden. Sweden is a country in Northern Europe located on Scandinavian Peninsula. And it has about 8.9 million people living in an area of 449,964 square kilometers. So, because the land is very large compared to the population, Sweden is known for its low population density. So when we say low population density, it means that the people living in Sweden are spread out and there are fewer people living in each square meter. So according to the book, that the total people living in per square meter is only 55.9. Then if we convert it turn into a 56 people. So since low population density ang Sweden, it is known for having a low crime rate. Sweden is known for having low crime rate because of several reasons. So aside from the small population ang Sweden, the Sweden is also have a strong social welfare system. When we say strong social welfare system, the government of Sweden provides the basic needs of people living there. Just like they provide education, healthcare, housing, and they even support the basic needs of the people, which helps reduce poverty and inequality. At ito ay alam natin na itong dalawa ay cause ng can cause crimes. Then aside of strong social welfare system, Sweden also have a high standard of living and stable government. When we say high standard of living and stable government, ang goal ng government sa Sweden is to gain the trust of the people living there. So in order to gain the trust, the government will create a environment where people feel secure and less likely to engage in a serious crime. So for example, if you are a young man who lose job and then you live in Sweden, the government gives you unemployment benefits, just like free healthcare and maybe a chance to study new skills that you can use in order to survive. So if you are a young man, then nakatanggap ka ng mga ganitong benefits, then wala ka ng rason kung na magawa pa ng crimes just to survive. So next, we are going to proceed na sa SPA or the Swedish Police Authority. So when we say Swedish Police Authority, it is the only police organization in Sweden. So which means the SPA is responsible for enforcing the law, ensuring the safety of the public, and keeping order in the whole country. And it is led by the National Police Commission, who is appointed by the government. And the SPA is formally under the Ministry of Justice. But even though the SPA is under of Ministry of Justice, the SPA work independently, which means even if how powerful politician you are, or even if you are a higher position than the SPA, you cannot directly interfere with the daily police work of SPA because the independence of SPA is protected under the Sweden's constitution. So if magtanong ka na bakit ang Sweden is gihayaan lang nila ang SPA na mag-work independently. So simple answer lang yan. Ang the reason lang na bakit ang Sweden na country is gihayaan nila ang SPA is in order to make sure that the law are applied fairly to everyone. So gaya ng sinabi ko kanina na even if how powerful you are, you cannot interfere or you cannot you cannot say na sa SPA na i-disregard or magbuot ka sa inyang himo. So overall, ang role sa MOG is to oversight the police or check the police if they respect the human rights and follow the law properly. So example, if the MOJ may nakita na isang police officer na naglabag or hindi nagsunod sa batas properly, they will let the SPA handle it. But if the leader of the SPA ang kanilang nakita na naglabag sa law, then the MOJ will take in charge of it. Then it's up to them na kung anong gagawin nila sa naglabag sa batas. Halimbawa, if they will suspend the leader or they will change it. So if hindi naman yung leader, if yung isang ordinary na police officer lang, the SPA will handle it. Sila na magbuot kung ano ang kanilang igawin sa isang officer, if i-suspend ba nila or so on and so forth. So next, we are going to proceed to the Central Administration of Sweden. So the Central Administration of Sweden is made up of different national offices that guide, support, and strengthen the police across the country. So first office is the National Police Board or the NPB. The National Police Board is like the central headquarters of Sweden, and it takes care of overall administration and supervise the police service and manages the National Forensic Science Lab. So in short, the NPB is responsible for creating new methods, using new technologies, and giving support to the police in Sweden. So for example, isa ka Swedish police officer kailangan og better way to communicate easily or quickly across the Sweden, or need a device that can give the information quickly to the other police officers. So the NPB could develop a new digital system where police from different cities or areas can instantly update each other about the crimes that happen in that area. And they can aside from that, they can also they can also give the police a new equipment like drones for scanning or finding the criminal, and or maybe they can provide, or maybe they will give the police a new advanced techniques or machines that can help solve cases easily. Then once the tool or the system is ready, the NPB will make sure that the police or every police unit in Sweden is know or trained to use them. So next office is the National Police Academy. So from the name itself, it is sabotable naman siguro, no? So this office is in charge of training police officers. In short, the National Police Academy prepares the police to they prepare the police with the knowledge, skills and discipline that they need before they work or before they enforce the law in the Sweden. So next office is the National Security Service and National Criminal Investigation Department. So these offices handle big serious cases. It means that they deal with crimes that are too large or dangerous for the local police to manage on their own. Example na address Pilipinas is ang NBI. Diba ang NBI is nag-handle na sila sa mga transnational crime diri sa Pilipinas. So ang transnational crime kay dili naman sila kanang too large naman siya for our local police. So nga na po na dito sa sa Sweden. Ang tawag lang sa ila kay National Security Service and National Criminal Investigation Department. So tagahan na mo senaryo, halimbawa na nag-smuggle of illegal weapons dito sa Sweden. Then katong nga office or the National Security Service and National Criminal Investigation Department ang mag-imbestiga sa kaso or mag-track sa criminals, and they also help the local police to catch them. Halimbawa, magamit sila helicopters or special communication if needed. So additional information lang, no, if nagtataka kayo na if ang NPB is headed by the National Police Commissioner and also the SPA, it means man dalawa yung ginahawakan niya. The answer is no, because the NPB and the other offices across the Sweden was part of the old structure of the country. So way back before 2015 pa kasi wala pa yung SPA. Na-exist lang yung SPA when the government come up into a solution na i-merge ang lahat ng offices into one police organization way back noong 2015, year 2015. So the purpose na kung bakit nag-emerge ng government yung lahat ng offices is in order to improve the coordination, teamwork, and also to remove confusions, delay, and whatsoever. And the government also want to ensure that all police officers across the country of Sweden will follow the same standards. So that's all. Thank you.
Buhay ug madayaw. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rafael Vincent A. Sanchez of Group 6. Tonight, I'm going to report about the Chapter 8, Sweden Policing at the local level. So, the Swedish Police Service is organized in 21 independent police authorities which serve the jurisdiction as the 21 counties in Sweden. So meaning, Sweden had a 21 separate police authority, one for each county, called in the Swedish language Län. Each authority was responsible for enforcement and its county with its own leadership and budget. So the example is, if someone committed a crime in Uppsala County, the Uppsala Police Authority would investigate it, while separate Stockholm Police Authority handled cases in Stockholm. So each county functioned like its own police organization. Next, the size of the police authorities varies. The largest authority is Stockholm and the smallest in Gotland. So meaning, because the counties differ in population and area, so their police forces also differ in size. So for example, in Stockholm being the capital and most populated county, so Stockholm had the biggest police authority, while Gotland, being small island with fewer residents, had the smallest authority. So another scenario is in Stockholm, hundreds of officers patrolled busy areas like Sergels and Torg, while in Gotland only only needed a few dozens officers to cover its town and rural areas. Next is the police authorities are responsible for policing at the local level, such as response to emergency calls, crime investigation, and crime prevention. So meaning, local police handled everyday law enforcement duties, answering emergency number 112. Equivalent ni siya sa 911 in our emergency number sa Pilipinas. Next is investigating crime like theft or assault and preventing crime through patrols and community policing. So ang example is when residents in Malmo called the 112 or the emergency number 112 about a burglary, local police immediately responded and investigated the break-in and later increased night patrols to prevent more crimes in that area. Next is their responsibilities also include issuing passports and various kinds of permits and licenses. So meaning the police were not only, or the Swedish police were not only in charge of crime control, but also administrative service like issuing passports, ID cards, permits for demonstrations, public events, and including issuing permits for legal firearms. So example, a family in Gothenburg visited the local police station to renew their passports, while an event organizer applied for a concert permit. Both services were handled by the police authority, respectively. So next, recruitment and training in the Swedish police. So the formal requirement that must be met before one can join with the Swedish police are Swedish citizenship, driver's license, and the completion of level of education to be accepted at the institution of higher education. So meaning a person must be a Swedish citizen, hold a driver's license, and have the educational qualification required for entry into higher education, equivalent to completing a gymnasium. So example like Anna, a Swedish citizen who just graduated from gymnasium and got her driver's license, applied to the police academy and qualified for testing. Next is the physical and other various aptitude tests must also be passed. So meaning applicants undergo fitness, medical, psychological, and problem-solving tests to ensure that they are capable of handling police work. So, example, Johan completed a time obstacle course, medical exam, psychological tests to prove his fitness and stress tolerance before being accepted. So, last, the suitability of the applicants is checked in an interview with a group made up of employees and staff union representative, meaning final evaluation includes interview where police employees and union representative assess the motivation, values, and personal qualities of the applicant. So example, Maria was interviewed by a panel of officer and union members. So they asked about her motivation, ethics, and decision making for approving her application. So next is the basic training takes place at the National Police Academy, where local university arrange the training. So meaning police training is run by the Swedish Police Authority but delivered at the university like Södertörn, Linnaeus, Malmo, and Umeå University. So example, Eric studied at the Malmo University in Sweden under the Police Academy program combining law, law classes with practical policing exercise. Next is the studies takes 2 years at the training institution, meaning the academic training lasts 2 years, 4 semesters, including criminology, ethics, and policing practices. So, example, Sophia spent 2 years at Southern University studying law, practicing mock crime scene investigation before graduating. After graduation, the students are eligible to apply 6 months of paid field training at the county police authority. So, meaning, after classroom training, graduates do a 6-month paid internship, or called in local Swedish language, aspirant to building at the police authority. So, example, Lina worked for 6 months with Umeå Police Authority, joining patrols and investigation under supervision. Next is, after successful completion, they may apply for post as a police officer in Swedish police service. So, meaning, after finishing 2 years study and 6 months field training, they can 6-month field training can graduates be appointed as a full police officer, or so-called in the Swedish language police assistant. So, example, after completing her internship, Lina applied and was formally hired as a police officer, joining the patrol division. Next is the Swedish police ranking system. First is the National Police Commissioner. He or she is the highest ranking officer, lead the entire police organization. So, equivalent niya siya sa Police General or Chief PNP dito sa Pilipinas. Next is Police Director or Deputy Police Director. He or she is a senior manager in charge of strategy, major units, and national operations. So, equivalent na siya sa Police Lieutenant General or Deputy Chief PNP or Chief Director Staff dito sa Pilipinas. So, next is Police Commissioner or Deputy Police Commissioner Sweden. He or she is the command regional offices and oversee large-scale policing operations. So, equivalent na siya sa Police Major General and Regional Director of the National Support Units dito sa Pilipinas. Next is Chief Superintendent or Assistant Police Commissioner. So, he or she leads the large division, provincial commands, or special operations. So, equivalent po niya sa Police Brigadier General or Provincial or District Director dito sa Pilipinas. Next is Superintendent or Chief Inspector or Inspector. So, he or she is the command city or municipal stations, manage departments like investigation or patrol. So, equivalent na siya sa Police Colonel or Police Lieutenant Colonel or Police Major. There is a ranking system sa Pilipinas sa police. So, next is Sergeants. First line supervisor overseeing field operation and patrol teams. So, equivalent na siya sa ranking system sa PNP dito sa Pilipinas is Police Lieutenant or Senior NCO ranks, PEMS or PCMS. Next is the Constable, Police Constable or Senior Police Constable in Sweden. So, they are the core operational officers conducting patrol responses and investigations. So, equivalent na siya sa PNP ranking sa Police Master Sergeant down to patrol man and patrol woman. So, last but not the least is the police trainee in Sweden. So, they are the recruits undergoing training or probation before full appointment. So, equivalent siya sa PNP ranking system, PNP trainee or patrolman in probationary. So, that's all for the Sweden policing. I hope you understand my report, and good evening, and thank you. That's all.
Good evening, sir. My name is Ronaldo Mathematico, and I will report the topic of Greece. So, the Hellenic Republic, also known as Greece, is located in the southern part of the Balkan Peninsula. It has a population of about 11 million people and cover an area of 131,940 square kilometers. Greece is characterized by its long coastline and numerous islands, the largest of which is Crete. So the capital of city is Athens, and the official language is Greek. The country has a largest homogeneous population. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, a significant number of economic immigrants came to Greece, and they now make up approximately 10% of total population. The Hellenic Police is the first police force including municipal police and gendarmerie. For example, the gendarmerie is uniformed police. Were established in Greece after the country independence war 1821-1827 and operate until 1906. After that, the gendarmerie remains the sole police agency. In 1920, city police was founded and operate in major cities in the country. Gendarmerie and city police amalgamated in 1984 into the Hellenic Police, which is now the country's sole police agency. The jurisdiction of the Hellenic Police extends to the whole of the world except for port and seas, which are under the jurisdiction of the Coast Guard. The HP or Hellenic Police include police officer, civilian, special guard, and border guard. Women make up about 11% of the force. Cities also have municipal police for local rule, while private security protect public and private buildings.
Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon sir. My name is Andre Christopher Momo. Today I'm going to report about the organization of the Hellenic Police. So the Hellenic Police Chief is the top leader of the Greek police force, holding the rank of Lieutenant General. The Hellenic Police Chief directly reports to the Minister of Interior, who is formerly known as the Minister of Public Order. The chief will serve for 2 years, which can be extended for 1 year. And in the Hellenic Police hierarchy, under the Hellenic Police Chief, there is the Deputy Police Chief, the Chief of Staff, and the General Inspector, who is also holding the rank of Lieutenant General. Recruitment. To join the Hellenic Police Force, the recruits must be Greek citizen, high school graduates, and is in the age of 18 to 26 years old. And they must pass all the requirements like their health exam, fitness exam, and personality exam before there's a gender quota of 20% on how many women can enter the Hellenic Police, but it was later abolished in 2003. Now the standards are equally applied to both men and women. Each year, there are about 100 new recruits who enter the police school, police lieutenant school in Athens, while there are about 1,100 new recruits who enter the 9th school of police constable school in whole Greece. Promotions. Police recruits are given salaries and medical insurance while in their training. After serving for 3 years, any constable or under the age of 35 years old may become sergeants if they pass the written exam and get recommendation from their superiors. Higher promotions are based on either seniority or merits. Higher promotions are decided by the police council depending on the officer's rank. Training. The School of Police Lieutenant requires 5 semesters of study, while the School of Police Constable requires 8. Male recruits are required to complete a mandatory military service, and all senior officers must study at the School of National Security for 6 months. And all officers who want to further develop their skills can study at the School of Postgraduates for 1 to 6 months. And this is the new ranking system of the Greek police force. And this is the old ranking system of the Greek police force. And thank you for listening.